With the deer baiting ban in place here in southern Michigan, food plots are becoming very, very popular. One way to do that is with an ATV like we've got here. Well, there's all sorts of options out there for ATV work with food plots. The problem with ATV food plot machines are they don't have a whole lot of weight. With an ATV, you can't pull a whole lot behind it, and there's not enough weight to actually work up the ground and break it up. That's where the Groundhog Max ATV Plow comes in. I've been using one of these for many, many years. It works really well. One of the cool things is you can transport it just like this. It goes up. You put it on the back of your machine, you can drive wherever you're going, and if you can get an ATV into the spot where you're going to put the food plot, it'll go into that spot. You don't have anything wider than the ATV, it's inside. And if you look at this, it looks quite small. It's inside the tires even. It doesn't look very big, but you can go very, very fast with this. You don't have to go real slow to incorporate to work up the ground, to break it up. It makes working it up very quick and very easy. Another thing is you can back up, so you can back right up into a spot and go forward. You don't have to worry about something on the back of your ATV. Now you may be thinking that this is a very small plow, but it puts a lot of force in one small area, so it's able to break up the ground very, very well. The force of the machine, the weight of the machine, is pushing this thing into the ground. So when I get to where I'm going, all I have to do is pull a pin, flip it upside down, drive it up on some blocks, drop it to the ground, pin it, and I'm done. It's ready to go. It takes about 2 minutes to set this thing up, and then you're golden. You can go ahead and rip up the ground, no problem. Another cool thing is you can use almost any machine. For many years I've used an air-cooled Honda 300 for this work, and it's done just fine. I've since upgraded to another used quad, but it's only a 500 and it's liquid cooled, but it's nothing extraordinary. I don't need a big heavy machine to do this work. So the food plot that we're going to be working up today is a nice little pocket area. We cannot get a tractor through a wet spot up here, and it's too tight to come in over here. There's no way to get a tractor into this food plot. But my ATV, I can get in no problem. So I put this up in transport mode, and then when I get here, I'm going to pull up on it a couple blocks, drop it down, pin it, and I'm ready to go. The Groundhog Max ATV Plow is a great option for those looking to get into a tight spot, put in a food plot, and get out. Well, that concludes the tilling portion of this food plot, and as you can see, it really did a good job of getting down and working in there deep. The weight of the machine pushed right down, and it works well. So I think we're all set now to put some seed in the ground. We're going to cultipack it, wait for some rain, and hopefully this thing will sprout great. This is going to be a good food plot come fall. Well, we've got everything tilled up, and now starts one of the most important parts of the process, and that's cultipacking. We need to provide this small seed. We're planting clover in these food plots. We need to provide this good seed to soil contact. We don't want it very fluffy. We don't want the ground very clumpy. And by running a cultipacker over the full food plot before we seed, that allows us to have a firm seed bed for the seed to land on. And then we cultipack it again to push that seed down into that firm soil bed and then it allows it to grow better. That's what we need for good seed growth. What I'm going to be using today with my ATV is a Packer Maxx cultipacker, and this is kind of the new style for food plots. This thing is a polyethylene cultipacker, so it's thick, it's very durable. You're going to run over rocks and everything, and it's not going to matter with this. It's easy to set up. Then you fill it with water. It becomes about 350 pounds, and it pushes down against the soil very, very well. I use this Packer Maxx because it's very portable. I can throw it on my trailer, bring it to another food plot. At the end of the year, I just drain it and make sure there's no water in it for the winter time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cultipack it once, seed the food plot, and then we're going to cultipack it again and provide good soil to seed contact that'll be needed for this food plot to grow. Well, now that we got our clover in the ground, all we've got to do is pray for rain. We've got our trail camera set. We'll see what starts coming into this food plot once it starts growing. Hopefully this will be the food plot we kill a big buck on this fall.